Saan ba tayo pupunta? Di pa ako nakakapag-file ng vacation leave ko eh. Paano yan?
Vacation leave? Hindi na kailangan yun. We're only spending the weekend, yo. Huwag kang mag-alala. Hindi naman malayong pupuntahan natin eh.
Let me guess. Sa Laguna tayo pupunta?
Nope.
Batangas.
Hindi rin.
Rizal yan, Rizal.
Well, next time pupunta tayo doon pero hindi din doon eh.
Cavite?
You got it right. The address actually is number 53-B, Sangley Point, Cavite City. After you, madam.
Bakit sasakay tayo ng ferry? Kala ko ba sa Cavite tayo pupunta? Mode of transportation na rin ba ang ferry papuntang Cavite?
Ang dami naman tanong nito.
Kasi pa mysterious pa. Di na lang sabihin kung saan ba talaga tayo pupunta.
Just enjoy the view of the calm sea kasi in an hour and 45 minutes...
Wow!
That's what I'm talking about, right?
Really? It's amazing!
Nandito tayo ngayon sa Corregidor. To understand this whole adventure, let's have one of the best resident tour guides in the island.
Hi po, my name is Elaine. Ako po ay isa sa tour guide dito sa isla. I am staying here as in-house tour guide and also activity tour coordinator ng isla. Been here for almost 3 years na po.
Sabi ko nga kanina, this is only a quick vacation, right? Perfect para sa long weekend or sa mga naghahanap lang ng pansamantalang pahinga mula sa stress at traffic sa Metro Manila.
Sino ang pipiliin ko? Day tour ba o overnight? Ako'y litong.
For you to be able to enjoy the whole Corregidor po, I suggest stay here for overnight as much as possible kasi hindi lamang po day tour yung pwede natin i-offer sa turista. Pwede din po kayo mag-avail ng mga activities gaya lamang po ng night activities, hospital visit, sunset and sunrise po, and short hiking po.
Well, you can choose packages that surely suits your needs for a full or partial experience sa buong isla.
And we say, go for the full experience ng Corregidor! Yay!
Yes, sir, as suggested by our beautiful tour guide.
For you to be able to enjoy the whole Corregidor po, I suggest stay here for overnight as much as possible.
Elaine, please recommend us the best hotel in the island.
Yes po, we also have here the hotel. We call it the Corregidor Inn Hotel. We have 31 rooms in a total. So that is the best hotel here in the island, by the way.
Told you.
The only one, of course.
Kaya naman pala eh!
Trip mo naman ma-experience ang beachside overnight stay, pwede magdala ng sariling tent tapos lalanghapin mo yung masarap na simoy ng hangin sa gabi.
We also have here campsite po, which is located sa South Beach. So pwede kayo po doon mag-rent if you want to, or if not, bring your own tent.
Alright, now all is settled. Let's get started.
Sobrang excited nito.
Sugod, mga kapatid!
No. Calm down. We will be talking about Filipino-American allies fighting the Japanese military forces noong World War II dito sa Corregidor.
Ay, mali. Mali. Hindi pala dito yun. Wow! A beautiful disaster.
This one is 104 years old. The colors is still original po. Lahat ng materyales ay galing sa ibang bansa. Semento galing sa Japan. Steels came from Pennsylvania. And then for the tiles used, all the way came from Germany naman siya.
Nakita mo kung gaano ka-delicate yung engineering ng mga buildings na yun?
And imagine what these ruins witnessed at the time of war.
Experience a quick time travel as we proceed on our journey dito lang sa Trip Ko To.
Uy, saglit lang.
Akala ko pa excited ka na mag-tour. Narinig ko yun. Sige, before our tour starts, punuin muna natin yung mga sikmura natin. Mahirap naman talagang mag-travel nang walang laman yung tiyan eh.
Yay! Attack! I'll get this. Lahat paborito ko.
Yo, slow down. Don't talk when your mouth is full nga eh.
In order for you to be able to enjoy the whole tour here, kailangan mo makita yung mga guns, mga buildings, and most of those existing na parte ng history ng Pilipinas.
Sakay na!
A 30-seater tram or an open bus will be our transport service to our destination on this tour.
The head port of Corregidor is facing towards the open sea.
Bawat tram ay may respective licensed tour guide para mag-explain ng bawat station sa atin. The whole island measures about 583 hectares, and to ensure the security and maintenance of the island, we have this guy right here.
Fidel Del Llosa, akong island supervisor.
That's why Corregidor Island remains untouched because it is protected by an organization like Corregidor Foundation.
Corregidor Foundation is a non-stock, non-profit organization created by the Department of Tourism. Corregidor Foundation was established February 6, 1987 para to manage and preserve sa Corregidor.
Medyo nahihiya si Sir. Sige Sir Fidel, kaya mo yan. Take 2!
Yung maintenance, di ba? Yung cleaning, yung pag-ano ng buong island, yung mga sa building and grounds.
Corregidor is also called the Fort Mills way back in the time of the World War II. It was named after Brigadier General Samuel Mir Mills, then in charge of the Philippine defense from year 1905 to 1906. The largest island amongst El Fraile, Carabao Island, and Caballo Island, which were called as the Harbor Defense of Manila Bay. Dubbed also as the Rock because of the rocky formation, it's a tadpole-shaped island with its head facing the West Philippine Sea, and its tail is 48 kilometers from Manila. Though it is seated nearest to Bataan with a distance of 15.4 kilometers from Mariveles, and it will only take a 15 to 20 minute boat ride, it's still a part of Cavite because it's an extension of the naval base situated in the province with the address of 53B Sangley Point, Cavite City.
Wait, pagalan mo naman. Masyadong mabilis eh. Bakit ka ba nagmamadali?
Kanina pa kasi ako nag-jingle eh.
Kaya naman pala. Sige, hintayin ka naman namin ni Elaine. Bilisan mo ah.
Saglit lang to, promise.
Buti na lang may malapit na comfort rooms dito.
If you are going to take a look at the whole map of the island, the head port of Corregidor is facing towards the open sea. The tail port is curling towards Manila. Most of the batteries are located at the upper part of Corregidor because this one is facing towards the open sea. So enemy will be coming from the open sea.
Makinig ka na.
Battery? Tama ba yung narinig ko? Battery daw?
Battery is a gun emplacement.
Got you. Ano daw ba yung mga pupuntahan natin today?
Yan, dahil late ka. Ito yung list ng pupuntahan natin.
Stick, talaga naglista ka ha?
Yes, of course! Hindi ako studious at mahilig sa history, pero nakaka-excite tong trip na to eh. So para wala akong ma-miss, this is the list ng mga pupuntahan natin. I found out that this island is divided into 4 parts: the top side, middle side, bottom side, and the tail side. In our day tour package, we will first visit the head part or the top side. Here we will see the batteries, the Mile-Long Barracks, Memorial on the Rock Force, Eternal Flame of Freedom, Bachelor Officer Quarter, Cine Corregidor, Parade Ground, Pacific War Memorial Museum, and the Spanish Lighthouse. Then we will have lunch. For our extended journey, we will drive down to the middle side part of the island. The afternoon will be spent wandering in the ruins of Fort Mills Hospital. Then, we will have our sunset viewing on the northwest part of the island. We will go down to the bottom and tail side of the island, specifically on Malinta Tunnel. We will dine at Corregidor Hotel Inn and spend also the night. Then the next day, we will be having our sunrise viewing and a short trek with a little exploration of tunnels made by the Japanese forces. Then later that day, we'll experience other amenities and activities offered in the island, such as kayaking, biking, and see other places on the tail and bottom side.
Currently, we are now traveling towards all the way to the head part of Corregidor. Right side of you, we have here 3 docking area. We have their left side of you, that is, by the way, one side part which is also used by the Japanese. Do you know?
Oh, I see. So ano side to? It's not the top side because we're heading to it. Di rin naman yung bottom or tail side because we're heading up. Ah, middle side. Middle side to, no?
Is that your final answer?
Middle side. Middle side. Middle side.
Another side that you saw a while ago is well known as suicide. Used by the Japanese. So that is a suicidal cliff of the Japanese before.
Aha,
Yes.
joke yun.
And
Seryosohin ba?
It's the middle side. It's supposed to be the middle side, right?
Oo na nga. Middle side nga to. Magtatampo?
Left daw eh. Parang di naman nakikinig to eh.
Can you see the building? Part of the building, that is the building of the YMCA, or the Young Men Christian Association.
It's fun to stay at YMCA. It's fun to stay at YMCA.
Yup, that's the song. It was released November 13th of 1978, popularized by Village People, an American disco group, an epitome of American masculinity of their times. And yo, the song dedicated to praise the nonprofit organization for its contribution on uplifting spirits of young men during these times.
Whoa, you sounded like a DJ there.
Yes, sir. Wish 107.5. Ayos ba yan?
Mas bet ko pa rin yung original. Look, it looks like a dormitory or an apartment.
More like barracks. I know, since we are in the middle side, so it's called the middle side barracks, right? Tama ba ako?
This one is well known as the Middle Side Barracks. A barracks is a living quarters of those enlisted men before. The first building here, this is under the 60 Coast Anti-Aircraft enlisted men before. This one can be occupied by about 2,500 to 3,000 enlisted men.
Wow, can we go inside the building, please?
Hindi mo ba naalala yung bilin ni Sir Fidel kanina?
May restriction eh. Bawal sa mga buildings kasi 'di ba mga luma na 'yan eh. Bawal pumasok doon kasi biglang gumuho.
It is for our safety not to go inside because it's a 104-year-old building na. Just take pictures na lang, okay?
Ay, sayang naman. Pero it's amazing na hanggang ngayon nakatayo pa rin siya after the war.
Saka hindi lang yung tibay niya yung nakakahanga, kundi yung kung paano rin siya ginawa. Semento galing pa sa Japan. Yung mga bakal naman from Pennsylvania pa, and yung tiles came all the way from Germany.
Really? You mean they traveled all the materials from those countries all the way to this island?
Yup.
Pansin ko lang high ceiling and big windows ang design ng buildings na nandito.
Tama yung observation mo kasi nga it's for ventilation dahil mula naman noon hanggang ngayon, walang source pa rin ng electricity dito sa isla.
Oo nga pala, generators pala ang gamit nila sa certain parts dito sa isla. Ano kaya ang gamit nila noon?
Americans, they have here coal power plant at the bottom part of the island, also known as Barrio San Jose. We're now here at the battery hurl, which is one of the best and most effective gun emplacement here in the island. This can fire about 17 miles in a total, or baklaran to monumento.
Baklaran to monumento? Nasa-traffic din ba yung bala nila? Wale.
Anyway, speaking of the most effective guns here in Corregidor, our next stop, according to Miss Beautiful, is the Battery Way.
This one is the most effective and the most popular gun here in the island because this is a mortar gun emplacement facing towards Bataan Peninsula. Range of this one, 8 months. 13 kilometers po in a total. Ganun po kalayo ang kaya niyang iputok. We have here 4 buildings. We have here latrine or a toilet. We have here a command post and a flatting room area. And also we have here a storage. Papunta na po tayo sa pinakataas ng buong isla, pinaka-upper part ng buong isla ng Corregidor, which is about 600 to 620 feet above sea level. So currently, we are now passing here, which is one of the biggest and the longest barracks in the world before the war started. This is well known as Mile-Long Barracks or the Topside Barracks.
Ito pala yung nakikita ko sa mga brochures and postcards.
Yep, its length only measures 1,520 feet or 1/3 of a mile, pero after all, tinawag pa rin siyang mile long.
This barracks housed only American enlisted men. Inside though before, they had their own swimming pool, bowling alley, men's school, and cafeteria.
Astig. And alam mo ba, at the time before the war, if na-destino dito yung isang US Army, it's like you're destined to paradise.
Ang dami naman talaga kasing activities na pwedeng magawa dito. Like this one, in front is a huge field which they call the Grand Parade Ground.
Yup, and you see that building over there? Yun yung Cinema Corregidor or Cine Corregidor. It was where theatrical plays and even movies played for American personnel of garrison and their families. Isa pa nga sa mga pinalabas dito na movies ay yung Gone with the Wind.
And there are also barracks for high-ranking bachelors.
Yung top side nito, meron ding Pacific War Memorial Museum where we can see the letters, memorabilia, photographs, and other small remnants of the past. Natapos nga itong itayo noong panahon ng dating Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos.
And the statue is called the Brothers in Arms, a centerpiece at Filipino-American Friendship Park here at topside of the island.
Facing at the open sea is the eternal flame of freedom that signifies a never-ending liberty. It's a 12-meter high red steel sculpture beautifully designed by Aristides Demetrios, an American sculptor born in 1932. They have said that when this was lighted, yung light nito nag-emanate and makikita pa all the way from Bataan Peninsula, Manila, and Cavite. We are now heading to the bottom and tail part of the island.
Night adventures? Gusto ko yan!
16,000 bombs a day would drop in this island continuously for 26 straight days.
And that history was witnessed by these still standing ruins.
At di lang yun, saksi din ang mga remains na to sa pagpalahaw at hiyaw ng mga tao dahil sa sakit at karamdaman na dulot ng World War II.
Filipino and Americans really suffered with lack of food, water, doctors, and nurses to help in the ailment of these Allied forces.
One witness to that is this very building right here, the Fort Mills Hospital located at the middle side of Corregidor.
We are now approaching. This one is well known as the Fort Mills Hospital. The completion of the building, year of 1912. This is a 107 years old building.
Graffiti or vandalism is not allowed inside. And also, please just follow my lead because it's not safe inside. Ang bomba, hindi galing sa taas, hindi siya aircraft. Kung galing dito, this side, possible warship.
Sobrang ganda makita ng sundown and maraming salamat sa Diyos for this day kasi full of knowledge at saka marami tayong nalaman about our past and history, right?
Totoo yan. You definitely say it amazingly while we're on top of these large guns named battery grubs.
The last infrastructure constructed here by the Americans and by the Filipinos is the Malinta Tunnel, a bomb-proof shelter originally as storage and became the quarters of more than 13,000 to 14,000 Filipinos Americans. They stayed there for about 5 months and more.
We are also, by the way, will be walking inside without even lights. So this one is a projector, by the way. Built and hollow. Kasi nga, di ba meron sila ditong movie theater before eh. So this one po is the toilet before. This one is the only toilet inside the hospital. Or inside the whole Malinta. Natutulis po yung mga bato ha, mag-ingat.
Inside Malinta Tunnel were also sub-tunnels. Although some of these sub-tunnels are caving in, the whole tunnel remains sturdy until now.
See the life-size figure of Manuel Luis Molina Quezon? He was also housed right here, isolated. Kasi nga, dati yung tuberculosis, hindi pa siya curable disease.
Look! MacArthur had also quarters in here.
The second passage of MacArthur where you love going to Australia. If you want to go to Australia, you can use this one.
Really? Amazing!
Oh, ano yung iniisip mo? Siyempre hindi na pwedeng dumaan dyan, baka puno na nga ng ahas yung loob niyan eh.
Baka lang naman. To naman?
Alam mo, inaantok ka lang. Doon na tayo dumaan.
Saan?
Doon, pabalik sa labas.
Tara na nga, balik na tayo sa coziest hotel dito. Sunrise signifies a start of a new day. Uy, makapag-stretching? Parang makikipagbaka ah.
May short trekking daw kasi. Baka stiff yung lalakaran o kaya naman madulas. Hidden tunnels sa mga Japanese forces yung i-explore natin today.
We have ropes here. You can use both ropes para hilahin yung sarili nyo paakyat.
Oh, ayun na pala yung trolley bus natin eh.
Ay, nakakapagod din.
Sus, parang ilang kilometro lang eh.
Nakaburn din ako siguro ng mga 1,047 calories.
Nakompute mo pa yun?
Siyempre, nanguhula lang ako, pero napagod talaga ako. Buti na lang mag-aalmusal na tayo.
Slow down, hinay-hinay lang ah.
Ano ka ba? Kailangan ng energy cause we're gonna try other activities na pwedeng gawin sa isla. Yaman din lamang na tayo ay nagbibisikleta pababa sa mababang parte ng islang ito.
Wow, kung makapag-Tagalog, wagas ah. Di ako informed. One ng wika ba ngayon? August ba?
Tayo ay nagbabalik tanaw sa kasaysayan ng ikalawang digmaang pandaigdigan kaya marapat lamang gamitin natin ang sariling wika natin, no?
Okay.
Tara at ating busisiin ang mga nandito sa mababang bahagi.
Natatanong talaga ako sa'yo eh. Tara na nga. Ang unusual pero medyo weird yung pagtatagalog mo kasi. Let's go! Solve ba ang weekend getaway?
Oo naman! At ang dami ko ring natutunan. Sila kaya?
Yup. Yo bro, how was your trip?
Oh, it was really informative. Like in all honesty, I didn't know much of this stuff even happened in the first place. They don't really teach a lot of it in school anymore, so it was really nice to know.
I heard your grandfather here is a war veteran.
I was in the army myself. I appreciate the sacrifice that was involved.
Have you been on the tunnel?
I really liked the tunnel portion where you go through and it shows all the rooms and stuff. I felt like that was a very informative and fun part of the tour.
Alam mo no, it's so nice to have a trip back to the history.
Yup, and minsan ang unwinding trip pwede rin naman maging informative.
Kaya nga kung trip nyong sulitin ang maiksing bakasyon o biglaang gala,
Why not try this trip or ilista na sa must-visit ng inyong bucket list?
It's quite expensive at first. Pag makikita mo talaga yung price niya, maiisip mo, ang mahal naman, wag na lang dyan. Parang maiisip mo na marami namang ibang places. Pero nung na-experience talaga namin na nandito kami, worth it pala. Ma-appreciate mo why we are celebrating Independence Day.
Pag na-experience yun na first hand yung trip dito, worth it siya lahat.
Gusto ko pag bumalik ako kasama yung parents ko kasi feeling, or yan, parents kung kaya nila. Kasi mas ma-appreciate nila since medyo malapit sa time nila.
Naabutan nila yung Hi, Corregidor is the most wonderful historical trip I've ever had in my life. So I'm inviting everyone to visit Corregidor, and I can guarantee that you will definitely enjoy the place and you will learn a lot about Philippines.
Tsaka bago kayo mag-Japan para makita ka ng history and Korea, dito muna.
Pwede ba tayong mag-compute para malaman natin yung ginastos sa trip na to?
If you're from Manila,
Any mode of transport will do, basta bababa ka lang sa terminal ng Sun Cruises.
saan nga ba yun?
Dun sa Esplanade Seaside Terminal, Seaside Park, Seaside Boulevard, yung sa may Mall of Asia Complex sa Pasay City.
Pero syempre, may tour schedule ka na muna.
Dapat mamimili muna tayo dun sa mga tour packages. Sa tour natin mismo, magkano ba lahat yun?
It's 3,629 each person.
Plus 550 pesos for the hospital tour, sunset and sunrise viewing, and short hiking.
At na-enjoy ko rin yung kayaking for only 500 pesos per hour.
Equals 4,679 pesos.
Until our next journey, only on
Bum bum bum.